So I'm Kamal Hassan, CEO of Skymeter. We do pay-as-you-go insurance, parking, and roads. That's pay-as-you-go insurance, parking, and roads. Why should we do pay-as-you-go? Well, let's ask the nation's top transport expert, Mary Peters, Secretary of Transportation of the United States. She wrote an op-ed in the Washington Post only 2 weeks ago entitled "The Folly of Higher Gas Taxes." According to her, almost every expert who studied the issue says that direct pricing of road use holds enormous promise, both to generate large amounts of revenue for reinvestment and to cut congestion. So it cuts traffic congestion, it funds bridges and roads, clearly good for the economy. It generates large amounts of revenue for infrastructure, so we're talking tens of billions, not tens of millions. That's clearly good for the company which provides the underlying system. What about the environment? Well, let's turn to the experts at the Department of Transport again. While we non-experts have been playing with hydrogen cars and ethanol, they've been telling us since the 1990s that the real way to cut greenhouse gas emissions from transport is road and parking pricing, which has an immediate effect on the entire fleet, causing drivers to switch to alternate modes. Yes, implementing city centre road pricing programs, as they did in London and Stockholm, caused emissions to drop the same day by a lasting 15%, as bus and bike ridership went up by over 30%. That's dramatic voluntary usage cuts to help the environment, a move supported by polar bears everywhere. What else can give you an instant 1/6 cut in emissions citywide? I mentioned London and Stockholm. Are these the only ones? No, this is an accelerating market. The first city road pricing program was in Singapore in 1998. London followed 5 years later, 2003. Then Germany, nationwide trucks, 2005. Stockholm, 2006. Dubai, 2 months ago. And just last month, the U.S. Department of Transport gave out $1.1 billion to 5 cities to do congestion pricing systems. Clearly, it's a hot market. And as a business person, I love a market which has already reached $1 billion in size and is only starting to grow. Let's talk technology now. There are 2 ways to do pay-as-you-go roads, both require in-car units. One requires gates costing about $1.5 million on every block price. The gates, which have been used in every city to date, are very effective. Fewer cars take the stretch of road with the gate. Of course, many of them just move to the next free road over, which leads cities to have to block off their downtown cores with a ring of gates like an impenetrable city wall. For the cost of 100 gates, you could do 1 million cars. 1 million cars could have GPS devices, and you could price every road in the state, leading anyone who's looked at this market seriously at all to say, as Frost & Sullivan does, that GPS is going to dominate the road pricing market 5 years from today. So hold on. GPS is a mature technology. Why is it always 5 years away from this market? The problem with GPS is something called non-line of sight multipath error, where satellite signals are reflected by buildings and trees. The result can be seen in the map on the right of the screen, where the red dots are second-by-second position readings from one of the best GPS chips in the world. The green dots are position readings calculated from exactly the same satellite data using Skymeter's receiver autonomous multipath mitigation techniques. Now, smart people look at this slide and they say, aha, you're a lot better, but you're not perfect. That's true. Let me show you what we did in New York just a few weeks ago with our beta software and hardware, not alpha. Again, the red dots are the second-by-second satellite position readings. You can see we're a lot better. We can almost measure the exact lane used, even in the heart of downtown. Secondly, I've only showed you the first of 4 steps that we use to deliver the results that clients ultimately want from our systems. What they want, and what only our patented system has been able to deliver, is same trip, same charge, with privacy protection. We do this with the full system shown in gold to the left. Onboard units, data center, and maps, while working with partners who deliver the rest of the system. We, in our part, we pay for the hardware, and then we take a percentage of every piece of revenue processed on this essential backbone of the pay-as-you-go system. Now, this is a very complete business model. Is it realistic? Absolutely. Just like our hardware and software, it's been developed with input from our customers, in this case, top bureaucrats from 3 ministries in the country of Netherlands. So what about our progress? Well, first of all, we have no signed contracts yet. But what is stunning is how far we have got based on only alpha, with multiple meetings and large mind share with the top customers worldwide. We've done so well with Singapore that they said they're going to specify to our capabilities, and they brokered an introduction to the integrator they want us to work with. And with progress like that, why am I standing here? Well, remember how this market exploded in the past few years? You're only seeing the tip of the iceberg. I can tell you 5 cities in Asia, 10 cities in Europe. I can even name 3 countries in Europe who want to do truck tolling systems next year. I haven't even started to talk about the US or insurance or parking, which is huge. We need investment to build out our sales presence, to do in other cities what we've done in Singapore. Between 8 to 12 million would be right for a first step. With 20 million, we could do even more. If you want to own a piece of the backbone used to generate infrastructure funding for the United States, as requested by Mary Peters herself 2 weeks ago, if you want your cut of those funds in multiple countries, if you want to reduce greenhouse gas emissions worldwide, city by city, by a 1/6 or more, and if that dream is not too big for you and you feel up to helping make it a reality, then we're interested in talking. I'm available after this presentation. Let me just leave you with some final thoughts, and thank you for listening.
Thank you.